Hi, okay, we're back. It's the next day. So we're going to open everything. Let's start here. Let's see how this bracelet did. So I did a skinny little pink one with the leftover. And I did this mold after I stopped taping because I had a little extra left over. So look at that cute little anchor. It's still a little bit rubbery. But look how, when I put the mold release in this, I mean, oh my gosh, look how that comes out. That is gorgeous. Now, the thing about these silicone molds that are made for fondant, for cake decorating, is they're matte. They come out with a matte finish as opposed to shiny. So, and that's fine. And sometimes I like to put the matte on the shiny. I think that's kind of a cool contrast if I have a shiny piece. Or you can always, sort of brush the regular resin, the glossy resin on top and let it cure. But for now, let's just pop these out and see what they look like. Oh, fun. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. And I did a little white fish because I had a tiny bit of white left over. So that's a fun new mold. Okay, let's see what this one's like. These can be kind of tricky to get your pieces out if you do a deep bracelet, but this skinny little one is going to pop right out. The main thing is you have to get to the corner and sort of pop it out. And these are still a little pliable, so you don't have to worry about it. They cure up tighter and tighter. Okay, so this is, I don't know if you can see, but this is what I was trying to explain about the bottom is perfect. Flat, straight, smooth. Look, no bubbles. That was a good one. Well, there's one tiny little bubble right there. But the top ends up with a little bit of a lip. The resin wants to cling to the sides of the mold. So you end up with this slightly concave thing. Now, there's two choices. One is you can sandpaper or nail file, emery board, and once this is fully cured, like maybe I'd wait another day, sand it flat, and then go finer and finer and finer so that you don't end up with scratches on it. And then you can put a little polish, a little top layer on of glossy if you want. The other thing I do, which I explained in the video earlier, is I tend to sand it down slightly, leave a tiny bit of a lip, just smooth out the lip to the touch, and then fill it with the UV resin and set it out in the sun. That's what I did with these yesterday. I also set a stone in these yesterday, just for fun, a little cubic zirconium. So it's fun to have. I think it's fun. I'm making all these different widths of bracelets, and then I'm going to decide. I may attach these onto them. I'm not sure yet. The wider one, I may attach that whole thing. I'm not sure yet. I haven't played around with all of them. But, so there's today's. Let's open this one. This is the one that I had to fill and fill and fill and fill and fill and fill and fill. So let's see how it did. These, it's easiest to get the inner lip going. There we go. Get the whole thing open. And it's okay if you squish it a little bit because it'll come back. In fact, this one I kind of squeezed while it was hardening to be more of an oval, just because I think it's easier to get on. Okay, so the bottom of this, perfectly smooth. Lovely, no bubbles, faceted, pretty. On the top of this, see this one, the first one I didn't fill as deep, as much to the top, so I end up with that crevice. This one is much, much better. And if I just lightly sand that edge, it will give just like a 32nd of an inch flat edge like this one has. So that's the trick. That's the trick. Okay. So that's the trick with these molds. You just fill it as high as you can till it's really, you just sort of wipe it off with your finger and it's filled all the way to the top. Fantastic. And that's the mica powder. Now I like them to be, I don't know, I just kind of like how they sit, and I think they're kind of cool when they're oval, so that's just me. So we'll leave that there. This is a no-brainer. These little guys pop right out. These little earring posts, which I like to have in all the same colors as my other components, so that when I go to assemble jewelry, I have pieces of everything. There's those. Let's look at this. Same thing, I treated it with the mold release the first time. Now this is the second time I used it. I didn't retreat, and it's coming right out. Look at this. This is so cool. Oh, I got a couple of bubbles. Now the thing about this mold is it's the resin is so narrow in these crevices that if you get a bubble like I did right there, this whole leaf can break off. I can fill that with a little toothpick and a little UV resin, and that'll strengthen it. But that's how that comes out. Still quite bendy, and I think the reason is because there's just not that much resin. You know, the art resin says, I'll have to look at the sheet again, but the art resin says it has to be some amount of thickness for it to really cure. I'll have to look that up. But, you know, this will cure hard. This cured hard. The first one. So that's that piece, which is just fun. I'm just sort of right now building a collection of elements from which I can build some jewelry. Okay, here's the other one. Pops right out. Gorgeous. That's neat. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do some contrasting, both with the matte and the gloss, because these come out matte, and also with the colors. So this is just kind of a fun candy collection. And then I've been kind of putting them either inside something else to cure a little, with a little bend in them. Okay, I want to show you these gems. Look at these gems pop out. I mean, these molds are fantastic. Look, I could probably just go like this. Okay, yeah, indeed, they just pop right out. All of these little gems. And again, haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with them, but I will show you one thing I did the other day. When I made some in pink, and these are really hard. Listen, they sound like dice. These are still a little soft. I'm rushing these today, but they'll be fine. I made a bunch of pink ones the other day, and then I drilled and set a cubic in one of those, just for fun. So that's that. Okay. Oh, let's unmold this one. This is the one that I finished with the top stripe of white. After the bottom stripe is white, the center is clear with silver leaf, and the top is white again. And this mold is getting old, and I may need to get some more of these because I use them a lot. See, when it's wide bracelet, it's a little harder to get out. A little harder to get out. I might need to wrestle with this and come back on and show it to you. I will wrestle this out and then I'll come back on and show you.